It's Tuesday, January 17th, 2017, and we're going to be talking updates on the Canadian Boxing Expo, the trade show, the induction ceremony, and the scholarship, as well as boxing on a grand scale as well. Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and thank you for tuning into this episode. So on this episode, I just wanted to update you on some things that were coming up this year. So there's already been a great fight that happened with Badou Jack and James DeGale that occurred January 17th. It was an amazing fight. I don't know if there's going to be a rematch. I would love to see one, but by the sounds of it, it looks like Badou Jack is looking to move up. On the general scale of boxing, you know, people talked about is boxing dead, the golden age of way back fighters. I'm going to coin a phrase today, Tuesday, January 17, 2017, and I'm going to say that we are in the platinum age of boxing right now. I don't think boxing has been this good in a while, and we have to acknowledge that boxing is doing extremely well. In a large part due to Al Heyman and the PBC series. Number one, boxing is back on TV for free. There is lots of boxing everywhere, and it's expanded so much that we're getting a good fights even coming to Ontario with various promoters, which hasn't happened in a while. We have amazing matchups that have happened from last year. So Chris Pearson against Eric Walker, Keith Thurman versus Robert Guerrero, Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson, Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Maris, Danny Jacobs versus Peter Quinlan, Leo Santa Cruz versus Carl Frampton, Adrian Broner against Sean Porter, Keith Thurman against Sean Porter, and then this year we had Badou Jack versus James DeGale already. We're going to have Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia, David Lemieux, the puncher, against another puncher, Curtis Stevens. And the fights just go on. And, you know, this is free boxing, great matchups. You know, the ticket prices for these events are phenomenal. It's just been, I think boxing has been on the up since last year, and we have to acknowledge this is the platinum age. The fighters fighting the best. We came through the era of Bernard Hopkins, you know, fighters fighting into their 50s. So many of these guys like and holding like prominent titles. So like Bernard Hopkins. So I think it's a great era of boxing. The momentum is fantastic, and we just have to acknowledge. And I'm coining the phrase today, the platinum era of boxing. So if you hear that again, you heard it here first, and we're in a good time of boxing. Floyd Mayweather making the most in terms of the Manny Pacquiao fight, top paid athlete without endorsements on Forbes list for the last 4 or 5 years. Just unbelievable time. Now, looking a little bit more locally into the Ontario scene and my promotional team and the DO boxing crew, there's going to be some changes. So I pumped a lot of advertisement into the Varsity Arena, but it looks like we might be changing locations. We're going to have everything firm by Thursday night, Friday morning. We're going to know 100%. And so originally I was looking at the Port Credit Arena. The negotiations took too long. And then I went to Varsity Arena, put a deposit down there, spent money in doing advertisement and our packages geared towards that location. But they're going to have some construction concerns coming up. So I have to scout a new location and also, you know, just put a halt on in terms of ticket sales and depending on the new location, how our price is going to work out and all that kind of stuff. So it's just been a meeting on top of meetings and negotiating going on. There'll be a firm answer end of this week in terms of where the event's going to be held and how things are going to unfold with it. And then shortly after that, we'll be releasing tickets. So there's still lots of time for people to plan. The date hasn't changed. Wherever we go, it will still be Saturday, May the 27th, 2017. And again, we're going to have the trade show, which is our trademark. We're going to have the DO scholarship. So remember, the youth that are out there, 15 to 17, send me your essay, send it to my email about your fighting experience and what you're doing in the community and what boxing means to you. And we'll be giving that away. If we have contributors and writers, we'll be giving away that scholarship on that night. And then, of course, there's going to be fights, which is what we always do. And then there's going to be the induction dinner, and you know who the inductees are going to be already for this year. So bear with me. A few more days. We're going to solidify what we need to do. I'll make an announcement when the tickets are going to go on sale. For the people that have tried to contact me since I came back from New York, I had to get a new phone. I've got, I guess this is the Google Nexus. So it's a new phone. I don't have all the contacts in here yet. I'm putting them over individually. So bear with me with this new phone. I'm just learning how to operate it, these mini computers. But remember, you can ask us any question related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO or through email, okposio@hotmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the DO Boxing Show so that you can get every episode. You can get the updates. We're going to be covering more fights this year. I'm going to be giving you more fight analysis and breakdown. I think I was fairly accurate in my prediction of Badu Jack, James DeGale. Look back on the episodes to see that. We're going to have some entertaining stuff for you coming up this year. And I'm not going to talk about it until it's just about here. But the Canadian Boxing Expo definitely is happening. If you want your booth, $200 a booth. Our prices haven't changed. Get in contact with me, and then you'll have that location. If we move to a different venue, how the booths came in terms of people purchasing the booths, like Tyrone Bradshaw is the first person to purchase a booth. He's the first person to select at the Varsity Arena. If we move to a new location, he'll be the first person to select at the new location, and so on and so forth. So everything is always first come, first serve. You're not going to lose seniority with anything like that. Thanks for tuning in again to this episode. We appreciate your viewership. Tell people about the DO Boxing Show. We got a new episode of Below the Belt Boxing Magazine coming out, and you know, I'm happy and proud of my team and the work that they've done. And we're going to be bringing you some more exciting stuff this year. So again, thanks for tuning into this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.